Man's best friend stories, in my opinion, just never gets old. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing a movie that is based off of the novel by Jack London, but is directed by the man who did the How to Train Your Dragon movies, Chris Sanders, The Call of the Wild. Very epic title indeed. But let's see if it holds up. The movie centers around a big-hearted dog named Buck, whose blissful domestic life gets turned upside down when he is suddenly uprooted from his California home and transplanted to the exotic wilds of the Alaskan Yukon in the 1890s. As the newest rookie on a mail delivery dog sled team, Buck experiences the adventure of a lifetime as he ultimately finds his true place in the world. No spoilers. Now, I'll be honest with you. Once I saw the trailers for this film, just like with Jumanji: The Next Level, almost a year ago, I was a bit skeptical about it. I mean, it looked nice, the adventure aspect looks cool, the action sequences looked exciting, which I'll discuss in a moment, and the tone of it, I'll admit, looked really promising. But as soon as I saw that dog character, I took a few steps back and was like Miss Clavel from Madeline.
Something is not right.
That dog is clearly CGI, so I was very worried that it's gonna fall flat. But I did take a deep breath, plucked up my courage, and I went to see the movie just to make sure the filmmakers know what they're doing. But towards the second and third act, not only did this movie exceed my expectations, but heavens above, I did not expect this movie to be evenly paced. First off, the story in this movie, sure, it did feel like a dog version of the movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron a little bit. But at the same time, in terms of the movie's character development and execution, the chemistry between both Buck and Harrison Ford's character felt pretty much like How to Train Your Dragon a little bit. You know, the whole man's best friend chemistry between both Buck and Harrison Ford's character, just like the bonding friendship between both Hiccup and Toothless. Plus, I didn't even know that Chris Sanders did direct this movie until I saw his own name at the end credits of this movie. Just in plain sight. I did not look it up on Google. I did not IMDb his name. The movie was just like, bam, here's this year's film director. Hope you give him credit for what he brought to the big screen. In terms of the direction he gives to his actors, he did an amazing job. Harrison Ford still rocks it in this movie. At least he was not lost in his miscast role on Secret Life of Pets 2 or something. He's part of the adventure, and Fox Studios did a great job at not only giving him quite a bit of screen time, but also showing him that he's part of the story. Keep up the amazing work. I also thought the CGI on Buck was really cool looking. I mean, I heard from some people say that the CGI looked a bit uncanny with their dog designs, but for me, I thought they did a good job. At least the dogs still kept their characteristics. They still act like normal dogs, just from a unique perspective. So to all those people that are still freaked out by their designs, maybe you are still a bit freaked, but if you are, currently or otherwise, I just want to say that as an unpopular opinion, I thought they looked fantastic in this movie. It feels so much like any other movie dealing with animals that are not meant to be mistreated or misguided or anything like that, which I won't give too much away. But the point is that it felt so nostalgic watching these types of movies like this again. Sure, nowadays they don't make them like this anymore, but there's always those rare occasions where movies that deal with respecting nature, loyalty, sacrifice, honor, and bringing love towards pet animals tend to come out of nowhere. When it's executed really well, which I will talk about in a little bit, but it creates this pleasant vibe of peace and wonderment, and that's what I adore about it. I don't care what any of you naysayers say about this movie. If you guys out there hate this movie, even with an intense passion, that's okay. Hate it all you want. But I'm not changing my opinion that I enjoyed how the movie was executed. Fox did a great job at bringing these characters to life. Let's see if they can keep this up. Also, the camera work and cinematography is also astounding to watch. There are a fair amount of epic swooping shots when it comes to Buck leading the pack to deliver mail to the residents in their town. I'm always a big fan of swooping shots like this, and this is no exception. Kudos to Fox for creating action set pieces like this. Keep that momentum going. Now, again, I have not read the original source material that the movie's trying to stay accurate to its original source material, but even if I did read the book already, I'll still profess that this movie still is a very personal, touching story about this one dog who wants to find a loyal friend and find a place to call home. And in terms of how it was executed, even in the mix of its amount of dramatic and emotional scenes in it, I thought they did a dang good job at keeping that feeling alive. The only problem in this film that I will accept is that this movie didn't have to have a villain in it. I mean, all this villain wants to do is that he wants to steal Harrison Ford's dog. Spoiler alert. That's my only complaint about the movie that I will agree with. That's it. Other than that, in the end, I still think The Call of the Wild is a great family movie. Sure, the villain had no potential of being in the movie whatsoever, but the story felt captivating, the characters felt very articulate, the pacing felt so smooth, and the overall tone of this movie felt so nostalgic I just can't help but smile. And I have no shame in doing it whatsoever. So as a result, I rate The Call of the Wild 4.5 stars out of 5. Still a good family movie, but my only gripe about this movie was the villain. That's it. Other than that, highly recommend it. So The Call of the Wild, have you seen it? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Was it good? Was it terrible? Answers down below, please. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share that video with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on both Instagram and Twitter, and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. And also follow me on Stardust so you can catch early reactions of movies, TV show episodes, and trailers. I'll put a link to that below in the description as well so you can download the app for yourself. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.